So SensorFly is a project sponsored by DARPA, DoD, the Army, and NSF. The project itself is aiming to sort of discover this unknown area of minimalistic robots, group of minimalistic robots. So it's different than sensor network in the sense that these things are these things can move. Sensor network in general, they don't move, and well, they don't do much actually. They just sense. So these things are designed to be disposable. They fly around and they can sense. They can deploy themselves. Some of the possible applications are in a fire scenario. It's not a good idea for a firefighter to enter the building without knowing the environment, without knowing how the fire is spreading. And or in urban combat, if you don't know where the people with the guns are, you don't want to go into the building.
So basically, the idea here is to have a group of many low capability singly, but as a group, you can actually sense an environment very well. So in terms of where we are and where we're going, so currently what SensorFly does is we have a group of sensors. We have inertial sensors, we have gyroscopes, compass or magnetometer, as well as a accelerometer. And what these sensors do is they help the SensorFly to navigate within the room. Now, we also have a height sensor, which is how it knows how high it's flying. The idea is, well, we leave some room inside the SensorFly to add sensors. So for example, if you're looking at a fire scenario, you would like temperature sensors, and you can find these sensors relatively easily, and they're relatively lightweight. By lightweight, I mean that the SensorFly's capacity is about 34 grams. Now the craft itself weighs about 29 grams, which leaves roughly 5 to 6 grams of payload, which you can add. So that's where all these other extra sensors would go in. So another scenario would be, like you have a nuclear disaster and you don't want people to go in. So you could put Geiger counters, which are available, micro Geiger counters. You can put those and strap those onto the SensorFly. So those are some of the scenarios that we're looking at. Now, at this point, we have the navigational aspect pretty much narrowed down. Going on in future, what we would like to do is not only have the SensorFly be able to navigate by itself, but we also would like to provide some sort of assistance to, say, firefighters. You'd like to have a system of a group of SensorFlies which can be sent into a room, and you kind of want them to do, some sort of mapless localization. So you send them into a room and they move around and tell you where they've been, so that this information sent to a firefighter can tell them where has a SensorFly been, what has it seen, or what has it sensed. And that way they have a much better idea of where to go, which would really reduce the amount of time that would take to, say, search a room or to find a particular target in a room. So that is really where we're taking SensorFly, and we think that in terms of a technology that is cheap, in terms of technology that is disposable, and in terms of a technology that can be set up, which we would like to think of as an infrastructureless network, this is really the way to go.